Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Perth East Recreation Complex in Milverton, Ontario, Canada, for this afternoon's OEHL South Division contest between the 3-4-0 Dunnville Aeros and the 1-4-1 Milverton four-wheel drives. I'm Andrew Rodgers. Welcome in to the Perth this afternoon. Very pleased to be with you, and really excited to bring you this OEHL South Division matchup here between Dunnville and Milverton. We have one other game that's currently going on, and that is the Minto 81s in Palmerston. They are hosting the the Elmville Harvesters. I apologize, folks, just trying to get everything organized here. But I'm just going to double check on that score while we have a moment to do so. Minto currently leading the Elmville Harvesters by a score of 2-1. So last night it was a jam-packed schedule. You had Saugeen Shores defeating Creemore 7-3, Minto defeating Lucknow 4-1, Ripley over Shelburne 9-1, and Elmville over Georgian Bay 11-7. Over in the south, Dunnville beating Tillsonburg 5-3 on the road. That's a huge game for them, and obviously with some momentum on a back-to-back. Seafort defeating Tavistock 5-1. Elora defeating Delhi by a score of 10-0. As you guys can see, Saugeen Shores with a 3-point cushion on both Ripley and Durham. Minto there, the only undefeated team left. They are 3-0. That should say 6 points. This graphic out of whack. I apologize for that. I was trying to edit this morning, and I clearly missed that one. Over in the south, however, I believe this one is updated. Seaforth 2 points over Tavistock, 12-10 there. Petrolia and Elora both at 8. You have Dunnville at 6. They are in 5th. Milverton in 8th at 3 points. So a big game for obviously the four-wheel drives here this afternoon on home ice. I'd like to say one other game. Minto currently leading Elmville 2-1. I believe that is in the second period, but I'll double check that. The only other game of note is this one here, Dunnville against Milverton from the Perk here in Milverton. We'll go over the roster shortly, but puck drop is coming up here soon from Milverton. Andrew Rodgers on the call with you live on YouTube, OEHL Hockey from Milverton. All right, folks, so while we have an opportunity here, we will go through the roster before we get to the anthem and puck drop here in Milverton, Ontario, Canada. We will start with the visiting Dunnville Aeros and their 3-4-0 record. Not playing, so starting in goal, actually, I should say, for the Dunnville Aeros, number 35, Brandon White. He is 0-2 on the season. Not dressed is number 31, Jeremy Curry. So the backup will be number 31, Owen McDonnell. He is not listed on this roster, so apologies there. There are some names on this Dunnville roster. I apologize here if I've listed some that aren't showing. So I can tell you one for sure by the looks of it here. Yes, okay. So let's just start with the scratches. Number 4, Tom Longland. Number 10, Ryland Jacob. Number 12, London Murray. Number 17, Curtis Longland. Number 22, Luke Rowe. Number 26, Spencer DeWolf. Number 27, Jack McDonald. Number 43, Chad Springer. Number 44, Ryan Hannigan. Dressed in his place, number 44, Bevan Atchison. Number 55, Dorian May. Number 91, Mike Marquis. Number 93, Silas Crawford. Not on this list, but not playing is number 96, Adam Keys. I believe, yes, so I'm just looking, double checking here my roster, guys, as I go along here. I apologize. But I think that's everybody on here. So everybody who I did not name is in the starting lineup or playing for the Dunnville Aeros here this afternoon in Milverton. We'll switch over to the Milverton roster here. We can tell you there's one addition, and that is number 11, Dennis Duar. He draws in for the first time this season for Milverton. Not dressed is number 1, Nick Trask. The starting goaltender for Milverton is number 30, Bradley Beauville. He is 1-2-1 on the season. The backup is Logan Bromley. He played on Friday in Elora, suffered the loss. He is 0-2. Not playing for Milverton, number 2, Corey Flemington. Number 6, Ryan Rupp. Number 17, Jacob Clemmer. Number 19, Ben Nada. Number 27, Riley Kepfer. And number 28, Alex Sorkov. Like I say, drawing in number 11, Dennis Duar. So there you go. There you have her. Up-to-date lineups for you for this afternoon's game here in Milverton between the four-wheel drives and the Dunnville Aeros. Andrew Rodgers is going to be bringing it to you live. We're at the Perk here in Milverton. And that'll do it for our pregame show. The next time you'll hear from me is after the anthems as we get set for puck drop here in Milverton. Yes, indeed, we are on the air. Live from Milverton, it's OEHL South Division action here at the Perk, Milverton, Ontario, Canada, for this afternoon's hockey game between the visiting Dunnville Aeros and the home Milverton four-wheel drives. Starting in goal for the Dunnville Aeros, number 35, Brandon White. He is 0-2 on the season. Starting in goal for Milverton, number 30, Bradley Beauville. Teams are ready and we are underway here in Milverton. Andrew Rodgers with you. Great to have you along. Thanks for tuning in. Play will start in the Dunnville end. It's a big ice surface out there. A lot of room for all these guys. Milverton on the offense first. Let's see if we can't zoom in a bit here, get you a bit closer to the action. They fight for it down in the corner. It's going to come back to the line. There's a shot from the line, saved by White, and he hangs on. Got to come back a little bit here. Hi, how are you? Hello. Just greeting everyone who's coming in from the cold outside. It's not very pleasant out there, folks. That's for sure. Milverton coming into this game after a 7-3 defeat at the hands of the Elora Rocks on the road there on Friday. For the Dunnville Aeros, a 5-3 win over the Tilsonburg Thunder on the road yesterday. So, obviously the four-wheel drives want to get back in the win column. There's a save by Beauville. Back to the line. Down low for Dunnville. Centering pass doesn't connect. They fight for it in the corner, and of course, may have picked a bad spot here. This one's going to be played by Butler and into the Dunnville end. I'm going to try my best here, folks. This is my first time calling a game here at Milverton this year. There's a shot that's wide. Backhanded just wide of the netminder, Beauville. Or, excuse me, Brandon White. And it'll be whistled down. Check there as Dunnville controls it across center, but it'll be tipped back in by Milverton, and they're going to bring it in across the line. Bujold shoots. That's stopped by White, and he's going to hang on. That's Mike Bujold, number 14, with the shot, and Brandon White with the save. Bujold out there with number 20, Reese Stanley, and number 16, Dakota Leung. This one's played to the corner. It'll be Dunnville's puck. They're going to try and get it out, and they do. And it'll be brought in across the Milverton blue line. No further, however, and now it's Bujold that's going to throw it into the Dunnville area, or into the Dunnville end, and they'll go in after it. This will be played across, and it'll be sent in by Dunnville into the far corner. Big hop off the end boards there. Milverton's going to grab it, though, and they're going to skate it up the other way. 2-on-2 in across the line. Here's a shot just wide, looking for the pass across. Failed to connect, and here comes Dunnville the other way. Number 89 is Matt Schmaltz, one of the premier Dunnville players of a few years anyways, and off to a slow start this year, probably by his standards. And it'll be back in the Dunnville end. This one's going to be played ahead. It's into the Milverton zone, just outside the line. Now it comes back in, but they're offside at the line. Face off just outside the blue line, and it'll be played back by Milverton. They're going to take it in their own end, play it off the boards, tip it in. Just comes to the Dunnville blue line. Now Milverton shoots it in, and they'll go in after it. Ooh. This will be tipped into the neutral zone area where number 8, that's Mitch Penner, plays it ahead. This will be sent in by Lacey. Out to get it there, number 21, Connor Duerbecker. He fights for it in the corner alongside Captain Riley Connors. Connors in behind the net, he gets dumped. They still fight for it. Now it's Duerbecker has it. He'll play it back to the line, kept in. It'll be fired around. Centering pass. Connors with the shot, good save by White. It's still loose. And now the referee blows it dead. Boy, chaos in front of the Dunnville netminder. And we get a whistle. Face off here, coming up to the left-hand side of Brandon White. Be won back by Dunnville. They'll play it up the boards. It'll be kept in by Quip, number 5, Colton Quip. He pinched in to keep it in. It comes to the line no further. Dunnville having to try and get it out, and they do. Here's Schmaltz. Schmaltz in across the line, stops there. Centering pass. Here's a chance. That was Landon Miner who threw it in. Number 21 of Dunnville. He has 4 goals on the season. This will be played to the line. Milverton's going to get the control of the puck there, and they'll send it in. Centering pass, and that's going to roll weakly in on White, and he's going to hang on. Good speed there from number 23, Carson Wickie. He had 2 on Friday night in Elora, and I thought his game was really impressive to watch. Now it's going to be one back. This is Reed Schwartzentruber. He's playing in his second game. He gets hauled down, and he's going to draw a penalty here. Milverton has control of the puck. Once Dunnville touches it up, it'll be whistled down, and it is. So Schwartzentruber at the line trying to keep the puck in, couldn't. Went back in toward his own blue line, and he was hauled down and draws the first infraction of the game. It'll be a hooking call to Dunnville, and Milverton will get the first power play of the hockey game. So face off here to the right-hand side of Brandon White. It's going to be controlled by Milverton. It comes back to Mitch Penner at number 8 at the line. Mike Hicks, 2 minutes for hooking. And he serves 2 or less as Milverton controls on the power play. They give the puck away, however. It's off the glass and out. This will go all the way into the Milverton end, where the drives will regroup. Now they'll play it ahead. Connors had to go off the skate, but it's going to be turned out the other way. And here comes Dunnville. Good defensive play there by Penner, but he lost the stick in the process. They fight for it there in the corner. It's a big ice surface here in Milverton. Kind of hard to also to adjust to the curling circles on the ice as well. But either way, all rinks are different, so this will be played across. It'll be deflected back by Dunnville, and Milverton's looks kind of shaky on this power play here. It's got 42 seconds left. Pressure all over from Dunnville on this penalty kill. Now it's Dunnville in across the line, 2-on-2. Milverton's trying to get control of the puck and can't. Here's a shot that was intercepted though, and Milverton's going to break out the other way. They have numbers. They're in across the line. Here's a chance. Centering, oh, what a save by White. He's sprawled across and a beautiful pad save. Brandon White with an unbelievable save there on that 3-on-1 for Milverton. And he keeps the game deadlocked at 0s. Puck is up the ice. Here's a shot. That's wide on the glove hand side. Milverton keeping it in the zone. We're back to even strength. Milverton loses the puck though, however, and it's Dunnville throwing it around. It's kept in. Now it's going to be the Aeros bringing it up the ice. This is Schmaltz. Backhand across. That failed to reach Hicks. And Milverton's going to skate the other way with it. And Stanley runs into Vitelli, and they turn the puck over, and Dunnville has it now. This will be sent in to the Milverton end. That by number 26 of Dunnville, Max Breeden. Here's Stanley. He'll play it into the middle. It's going to come to, I think this is Lacey, and he'll shoot. That's going to be deflected out of play by Brandon White, and we'll get a whistle. Face-off coming up here in the Dunnville end to the right-hand side of White. Face-off going to be controlled by the Aeros, and they'll throw it around the boards. Oh, what a hit! Big body check there from Reed Schwartzentruber as he stepped in on his man. Here's a blast. Beauville makes the save, and he'll hang on. Boy, big-bodied Reed Schwartzentruber. I remember him in Delhi, and yeah, he's a big boy, and when he lowers the boom, it hurts. Big check at the blue line of Dunnville, making his presence felt. Puck in the Milverton zone, well, they will gain control. This will be off the boards to the line and out. Dunnville, though, grabs the puck. They'll bring it back in across the line. It's another odd man rush. Here's a chance. Shot saved. Rebound! Just wide. They score! Mass confusion in the Milverton zone with loose puck nowhere to be found on the Milverton sticks, and number 89, Matt Schmaltz, finally gets the monkey off his back as he so poetically displays, and that's his first of the season, and Dunnville takes a 1-0 lead. So the Aeros strike first. Matt Schmaltz with the goal. And that gives the Aeros a 1-0 lead here in Milverton. We're almost 8 minutes into period 1 here at the Perk, Milverton, Ontario, Canada. Well, they announced it as Landon Minor's goal, number 21, but that'll probably be changed. It's 89, Matt Schmaltz. And here comes the drives the other way. That was Carson Wicke with the chance, but couldn't finish. And now it's the Aeros in their own end trying to get out, and they do. This will be played to center. Butler puts it back. This is Brzezinski. He'll shoot it in. Into the corner, they battle for it there. It goes off the netting and out of play, and it'll be whistled down. So Matt Schmaltz has the goal for Dunnville that puts them up 1-0. We have 11:15 to go here in the first. Andrew Rodgers with you. Live OEHL hockey on YouTube. Here's a shot off the face-off. That just went wide. That's Dennis Dewar, number 11, back in the drives lineup. Making his season debut here in Milverton tonight, or today I should say. It's an afternoon game. I'm so used to doing night games, so apologies if I say tonight a lot. This will be Brzezinski. He'll play it across, looking for Vitelli. Vitelli tries to put it in the zone. It'll be deflected away by Dunnville. Now it's ahead. They go to the corner to look after it there. Big body check in on Brzezinski. He loses the puck. Now it's Schwartzentruber. And it'll be played off the glass and out of the zone. So Drive's able to get a change in. It'll be played across. Here comes the Aeros again. That was Landon Minor who had the puck stripped away, and it'll be played across. Good pass. And here's Luang. He shoots. There's a rebound. It doesn't get to the net of White off the stick of Mike Bujold. In the corner, and here come the Aeros with speed. They have two. It's Schmaltz again. Just missed glove hand side. Boy, he already had one, was looking for another, and he didn't miss by much on the glove side. Here comes Milverton the other way. There's a centering pass, doesn't reach the net, and now we're going to get a penalty, and it's going to be to Milverton on that play. Delayed penalty coming up here until Milverton touches the puck. Dunnville still has it in the Milverton end. There's a shot. Still no penalty call yet. Milverton trying desperately, now they will, and we get more pushing and shoving. The penalties to number 20, Reese Stanley, as on the play, he barreled the Dunnville defender into Brandon White, took a slash for his troubles from the netminder, but the original penalty stands, and it's to Reese Stanley for a cross check, and that'll put the Aeros on the power play. As they lead it here 1-0. 9:25 to go here in the first period. Aeros leading it 1-0, and if you can't tell from the stream, apologies again. If it should crap out or if it should be disrupted, I do apologize. Here comes Connors, the captain, shot saved by White. Short-handed 2-on-1, Riley Connors elects to shoot and he gets stopped. Good chance there for Milverton to equalize. But now it's a Dunnville power play, and they have it in the Milverton end, and they're going to set up here. This is a cross. Into the middle. Shot off the post. It was either post or crossbar, but it stays out. That one off the stick of number 11, Taylor Barnett. He has 5 goals this year. Beauville makes the save, and he's going to hang on. So good chances at both ends. Brandon White making a big save on Riley Connors on the 2-on-1 shorthanded. And Bradley Beauville, big save at the other end to keep this game a 1-0 Aeros lead. But like I say, if you couldn't tell, there's not a whole lot of Aeros players on the bench. And, shorthanded lineups can kill you in this league. But right now, it's the Aeros who lead by 1. This puck is in behind the net as they work to the outside on this power play. Towards the net, Beauville hugs the post and he makes the save. Rugrock put it in after the whistle, and play will be halted. Face off here to the left-hand side of Beauville. Schmaltz will get waved out. Rugrock will come in to take it. This will be played out by the drives, and Dunnville's going to have to come back in their own end and grab this puck. 8:16 to go here in period 1. Aeros lead 1-0. And across the line, it's going to be picked off by Schwarzentroober. He gets it out into the neutral zone. Dunnville's got it now. Number 26 with it, that's Max Bredden. It'll be played ahead to Schmaltz. Schmaltz into the middle to Rugrock. He's going to cross the blue line, but he gives it away. Milverton's going to gain control of the puck here. It's either Brzezinski or Schwarzentroober, but it's to the line no further. Breeden keeps it in. Now Schmaltz. Schmaltz to the backhand, has a man. He's open. Here's a shot. Oh, post again. It posted out. It beat Beauville, but didn't end up crossing the line. 8 seconds left in the Dunnville power play. Here's a centering pass. It's deflected away by Beauville, and it's going to be played out by the drives, and that'll do it for the power play. White plays it ahead. And we're back to even strength here. Puck is in the Aeros zone. Dewar is after it. He plays it in deep. Dennis Dewar, number 11. It's kept in. Here's Quip, shoots. Good save, White with the blocker hand. Centering pass, it's in! They score! Milverton answers back as we're back to 5-on-5. It's Colton Quip, number 5, his first of the season. So Colton Quip, his first of the year, ties this game at 1. That's a big goal for the drives, as at times they've been kind of on their heels here in the first, but that's a big goal to give them some momentum, and we're tied at 1. This puck is fired in. I think it was Wiki and Vitelli on the assist. Hit along the boards there. Drives are going to get it to the line. Now it's out. They have numbers. It's a 3-on-2 into the Aeros zone. Not very well executed, but they still have the puck in the zone. Here's Quip from the line. Pass save. That one deflected off a shin guard. It'll be played away. And I think this is going to be an Aeros icing. Yes, it will, and it'll come all the way back down. We have 6:21 to go here in what has been an entertaining first period. The score is deadlocked at ones. Face-off controlled by Dunnville, and they'll take it in their own end. This is up the boards. It'll be tipped away. They'll say it went off of Milverton's stick, and it'll have to come back and reset in their own end. This pass up to Stanley. He tipped it away. Was looking for his teammate, but it didn't materialize. Here comes Schmaltz the other way. He loses the puck back in the neutral zone. Cross center, and it'll be dumped into the Milverton end. It'll come around to Bujold. He couldn't keep it in, or he couldn't get it out. Dunnville still controlling in the Milverton end here. They fight for it. It's going to go up the boards and out. Bujold trying to get after it. He can't get there ahead of the check from Dunnville as they come back defensively. Now it's Landon Miner in the middle. Good pass there. Rugrock. He goes to the backhand. Check there by Penner. It'll be still controlled by Dunnville. Centering. There's a shot. They score. Landon Miner. All alone in front is Landon Miner, and all he's got to do is tap it in. And Dunnville restores their 1-goal lead. It's 2-1. So in game sheet, they'll call it Landon Miner's second of the night, but in actuality, it's Landon Miner's 5th of the season and 1st of the afternoon. So goals from Schmaltz and Landon Miner that make it a 2-1 game for Dunnville. As we approach 5 minutes to go here in period 1. Dunnville's going to pick this puck off, but it's going to be turned away by Milverton, and they're going to skate the other way. Just up ahead, Riley Connors almost able to get a shot away, but failed to materialize, and now Dunnville has control of the puck. They're going to skate it out of their zone, play it ahead. This one's going to be an icing call, however, against Milverton, and it'll be whistled down. So face-off's going to come back in the Dunnville Aeros end with 4:42 to go. It's a 2-1 Aeros lead. Face-off there, controlled by the Aeros. It's going to be played around, but it's given away. Stanley, middle pass. Kind of a fan-on shot there. And it's back to the line. Now it's out. And the goal scorer, Quip, number 5 of Milverton, has it. It's a big ice surface, a lot of skating today. We will keep you up to date as well. The other game in the OEHL is Minto 81's welcoming in the Elmville Harvesters to the Palmerston Arena, not too far from here, on a snowy day here in Ontario. This will be played ahead. Quip is going to throw it back in the Dunnville Aeros zone. So back and forth here in Milverton so far in this hockey game. To be played ahead. Milverton's going to skate this puck out. Schmaltz has it, and he's going to cross the blue line. Made an extra move and had to wait for teammates to get onside. Miner throws it across, and that's going to get all the way to the Milverton bench and halt play. Gonna get a whistle here. I think they're just trying to decide where this face-off is going to be, and they're going to keep it in the Milverton zone. Face-off will come up to the left-hand side of Beauville, and it's going to be Milverton's puck, and they're going to skate it out of the zone. It'll be played ahead, and now Beauville's out to play it. He'll leave it there for Penner. Penner plays it ahead. It was out of the reach of his teammate. Dunnville will take over. And they're going to bring it back in across the line. Rubrock shoots. Saved by Beauville. I think he got a piece of that. Awkward hop though, and it keeps it in for Dunnville. It'll be played into the corner. Back to the line. Be played across, kept in. Dunnville working it around nicely in terms of this zone play here. But now it's Milverton with the puck, and they're going to skate it across center. That was Schneider who threw it into the Dunnville zone, and Butler is after it. We get a big check on the boards here. There's going to be a penalty coming up here, and Schneider's going to be the one to get it as there's some extracurriculars along the boards, and referee might call a couple of penalties here, trying to gain control of this. We know there is an original penalty being called on Schneider, number 22. It's just a matter of what the severity is. Is it a 2-minute boarding penalty? Not sure. So they're going to call a cross-check, it looks like, but it'll be 2 minutes for number 22, Brendan Schneider, and Dunnville will go to the power play here. .242 to go. Dunnville gets waved out of the face-off. Barnett gets waved, and they finally drop it here, and will continue. Milverton's going to get control of the puck. Broken stick off the face-off, and that's an expensive game. And this will be played out. So Dunnville has to take it from their own end on this power play. They'll bring it ahead. Barnett. He passed it backwards to Landon Minor, put himself offside, and that'll halt play. Faceoff will come outside the Milverton zone. Barnett throwing it across to Landon Minor. I'm not really sure what that was about. What just happened here? A lot of discussion going on here at the Dunnville bench. Not really sure what it pertains to, but Brandon White came over to the bench, and now they're going to have to say that he was on the bench, and this is very awkward. So, I honestly have never seen anything like what I just saw. I really don't know what the basis of what just happened was, but they're giving it to the referee on the Dunnville bench because they're upset about it. But Dunnville has to put in, and now we'll get a whistle, and White will come back. And now they're going to get a, boy. So we're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to Dunnville, and that's going to negate the power play. Will put us at 4-on-4. Dunnville, I guess in the minds of the referee, reacting poorly to that goaltending decision, whatever it was. But Brandon White back in the net now. He was out of it for about 10 seconds. And Owen McDonnell came in for a brief period and just basically held the puck so they could get another stoppage so they could switch Brandon White. So Dunnville gets a bench minor for unsportsmanlike conduct, and now it's 4-on-4 here. Puck in the Dunnville zone. We're, like I say, 4-on-4. Centering scores! What a pass! Carson Wicke with the pass across, and it's finished perfectly by Curtis Butler, and we are tied at 2. Man, oh man, that was impressive. So Milverton working that 4-on-4 to perfection. Great pass by Great pass by Carson Wicke, throwing it across to Curtis Butler, who scores his 5th of the season. There's a shot, that's deflected to the corner. Dewar, he throws it in, pad saved by White. Dunnville's going to turn this puck ahead, and they're going to cross center. They'll bring it into the Milverton end. Schmaltz trailing. We have 90 seconds left here in the first. Back to the line, kept in. There's a shot. Doesn't reach the net. Milverton's going to skate it the other way. Vitelli, he goes wide. He had a man going to the net. Elected to keep it. He still has the puck in behind the net. Centers! That one off the side of the net. We're in the final minute here. We're still 4-on-4 for another 13 seconds. Puck is sandwiched on the boards there. Dunnville's going to come up with it. 5 seconds left before it's a Milverton power play. And that will do it for the 4-on-4 portion. We'll give Milverton the power play. Big check in the corner there. Milverton still has control. It's Penner across. He's got a man. Schwarzentrooper shoots off a body, and it deflects into the far corner. Now it's back to Penner again. Across, it was intercepted by Dunnville, but it's kept in by Milverton. Schwarzentrooper again, throws it across. Schneider. Schneider back to Schwarzentrooper. Shoots through traffic. It hit a leg. Dunnville's going to come up with it and fire it down the ice. We have 10 left. We're back to 5-on-5. And that will do it for the period. Off the glass, to the line, that will do it. So, after 20 minutes of play, here in Milverton, the Dunnville Aeros and the Milverton four-wheel drives tied at 2. We'll be back for period 2 in a little while. Stick around, everyone. Live OEHL hockey on YouTube. Andrew Rodgers on the play-by-play. Thank you very much for tuning in today, and we'll be back with you in a little bit. Stick around, everyone. assure you folks, I'm still here. I mean, so far so good for the stream, but I just had to move spots because I felt like there were some spots that I wasn't getting, and well, I don't know. Presentation's important for me, so about to get underway here in period 2. Andrew Rodgers with you live OEHL hockey on YouTube at the Real Rodgy 21. Just want to take an opportunity to double check our out of town scoreboard. Elmville leading Minto 6-5 currently, as play is in the Dunnville end, or excuse me, the Milverton end, as they've switched ends. Elmville leading Minto 6-5. Minto hasn't lost the game. They're 3-0. So that's crazy. There's a shot by Lacey just wide. Oh, there we go. Schmaltz has it for Dunnville as they fight for it in the Milverton zone. Schmaltz lost the stick. Dunnville keeps the puck in though, and there's a shot. Beauville makes the save. It's loose as it's batted around, and Dunnville trying to get control of the puck here. This will be back to the line, kept in. There's a shot that's deflected just wide glove hand side. That one's played over the glass and out of play. It's pretty chilly, sorry, as we get a whistle. Yeah, 6-5 Elmville leading Minto. Not 100% sure if that's a final or not, but either way, that's the latest I can tell you for now. So, yeah. Elmville with a big win yesterday, 11-7 over Georgian Bay, and they go into Palmerston this afternoon and looking to pull a win. This puck is played by Milverton to the line. It's going to come out. They're going to fight for it here, and they're going to whistle this down, and they're going to call a holding penalty here against Stemler of Milverton. So right away, it's going to be a penalty call, and Dunnville's going to go to the power play here. Face-off will be in the Milverton zone to the left-hand side or right-hand side of Beauville. Dunnville is able to control off the face-off. It's rung around. Stemler with the penalty. Aeros keep the puck in. We're deadlocked at 2 here in the second period. Now it'll be played to the line, kept in by the Aeros. Every opportunity so far that the Drives have been able to try and get it out, they can't. Now here's a turnover. Butler stopped by White. Breakaway opportunity for Curtis Butler. And he is denied by Brandon White. Face off here in the Dunnville zone. Going to be played in deep behind the net. We have 1:25 to go in the Dunnville power play. This will be played ahead, and it's going to be Schmaltz bringing it into the Milverton zone. He stops up, tried to center. It's going to come to the line, kept in. Schmaltz has it again. He'll turn, look toward the net, play it down low. Landon Miner. He tried to play it back to the line. It was tipped out, and now it's going to be White. He'll play it ahead to Miner. Miner's going to leave it there, and it'll be brought ahead and across the line. Dunnville's 47, Bryden Gibbs. He lost it, and now we might have an opportunity here at a two-man rush. Oh, it's across, and Connors couldn't connect on the pass across. He was just ahead of it. Would have been a golden opportunity for Milverton, short-handed, but alas, we stand deadlocked at 2. This puck is played out. Dunnville's going to have to come back and grab it. White will play it ahead. Nobody there. Schmaltz was looking the other way on it. And face-off will come back in the Dunnville end after that icing call. Yeah, for anybody watching the game last night in Shelburne that I live streamed on my YouTube channel, apparently the third period just disappeared. And to be honest, I did not know that had happened. While I was commentating the game, I had every belief that the game was streaming live on YouTube as it should have, but it was not, and I do apologize for that. When I'm doing these games, I'm literally up here all by myself, and a lot of stuff is going on because the action is very fast-paced, and just did not know that we had a big technical difficulty where we weren't streaming at all, even though to myself it looked like we were without issues. So apologies, and honestly, I just try and give you guys the best stream that I could possibly give you, and try and bring this great hockey to you. There's a shot on White, he's got it, oh look out. And now it's gonna get kind of messy here in the crease, I'd imagine. And we get a Dunnville penalty here. This to number 59, Brandon Thomas. And I don't know what the actual penalty calls are going to be here, if there's going to be one on either side. It's just going to be a roughing call. One call, and it's against Dunnville. So that'll put Milverton into the power play here in a 2-2 game. Andrew Rodgers on the call with you. Great to be here. We're at the Perth East Recreation Complex in Milverton, Ontario, Canada. A little bit further away from, like, not so far from Stratford, but not far away either from Listowel. That shot in on White, and he deflects it to the corner. That off of Brzezinski from the point. Now it's all the way back into the Milverton zone.
Dunnville Aeros, number 59, Brandon Thomas. 2 minutes for roughing. Time 4:05.
So Brandon Thomas 2 or less, and Milverton on the power play. This one's into the zone. Brzezinski plays it around. It doesn't reach Dewar. Now he's got it. And Milverton's going to try and set up on this power play. It's back to the line. This is Penner. He'll shoot. Doesn't get through to White. Pretty entertaining game. Got to give a lot of credit to Dunnville. Short-handed lineup, and they're really holding their own so far in a 2-2 game. Milverton's got control of the puck. They're going to try and get it out, and one of their men went down, but he got the puck out. Butler now across center. He's got 2 with him. Butler to the middle. Good chance there, but Wiki couldn't get a shot away. Milverton now trying to set up on this power play that has 50 seconds left. Lacey on the boards, plays it down low. Wiki had it go over his stick, and now it's Quip in the corner. Plays it back to Butler. He plays it down low to Wiki. Wiki in behind the net. Centering pass. He was looking for Lacey. It comes loose. Now it's Quip. Shoots. Just wide. I think that might have hit a drives forward and prevented a goal potentially there. 17 left in the power play for Milverton. Centering pass. Going to be picked off, though, by Dunnville, and they're going to throw it almost into the lights overhead. That would have been fun. We're going to get a whistle, and face-off, I believe, is going to remain in the Dunnville zone. 5 seconds left in the power play for Dunnville, or excuse me, for Milverton. Face-off done incorrectly, and Dunnville still unable to change. We're 6 minutes into period 2, and we're tied at 2. Face-off control by Dunnville. They're going to get around the boards. That's going to kill off the remainder of the power play. We're back to even strength. This is a cross. It's kept in by Milverton. They're going to go after it and keep this puck in. Centering pass through everyone and out of the zone. It'll be played back at the Milverton blue line. This is tipped in, no icing. White's out to play it. He'll throw it, well, to his line mate. I think he wanted a little more steam on that puck, but it's to the line. It's kept in. Now, look out. A chance here. Here's Thomas. In. Stopped by Beauville. What a save. Thomas goes forehand, backhand, and Beauville stuck with him. What a save. Breakdown at the Dunnville blue line resulted in that breakaway pass to Thomas, and Beauville stuck with him. Here's another chance for Dunnville. This is Landon Miner. He puts it in the middle. Schmaltz just couldn't get enough of it. Put it just wide on the blocker side. Puck deep in the Milverton zone. Dunnville is going to keep this puck in at the line. Schmaltz plays it to the middle. It's picked off by Miner. He's got it. Miner tried to put it. Schmaltz scores! Woodrock! And Dunnville capitalizes on some sloppy defensive coverage from Milverton. And they go ahead. It's 3-2 Dunnville. And the goal scorer, Matt Rugrock, number 13. And for him, that's goal number 2 on the season. So it's Schmaltz, Miner, and Rugrock for Dunnville. Colton Quip and Curtis Butler for Milverton, the goal scorers so far in the hockey game. This will be played into the Milverton zone. Dunnville going after it. Rugrock almost took out Beauville as he was going in behind the net. This will be played by Milverton, and they're going to bring it up. Stemler. He goes to the net looking for the pass. Wasn't there for him. Dunnville's got control of the puck now. This will be played ahead. Kept in by Lacey. Down low. It's there! Scores! Milverton gets it right back, and they tie it at 3. This time off the stick of number 21, Connor Duerbecker. They go back and forth here in Milverton, and as we approach the 8-minute mark of period 2, we are tied at 3. This one's won by Dunnville, and they're going to throw it right in on Beauville. So for Duerbecker, that's goal number 2 on the season. In the center zone, Milverton trying to gain control. They cannot. And Dunnville's got it in their own end. It's to be played to the line. Now it's into the Milverton zone. And we get another penalty call here. It's a high stick call. And I believe this one's going to Milverton. So Brendan Schneider, number 22, he goes to the box for the high stick. Not happy about it, of course. And that'll put the Dunnville Aeros on the power play in a 3-3 game. In behind the net, and it's going to be whistled down as Landon Miner was down, and faceoff will come up here in the Milverton zone. I followed a little bit of the Dunnville Aeros in their inaugural season, and between guys like Matt Schmaltz, Landon Miner, Matt Rugrock, who scored the first goal in Dunnville Aeros history, they've built quite a good franchise over here. A solid organization from top to bottom, and really good group of people over there in Dunnville. And they've come into Milverton, and they're shorthanded, obviously. Not a lot of bodies on that bench, and they've made it a game here against Milverton on the road. 3-3 as we approach 9 minutes into period 2. Dunnville controlling on this power play. Puck in behind the net. Dunnville's got it. They'll control to the outside. Minor into the point to Schmaltz, who throws it across. Minor's going to get it back. Looks to the line. Here's a chance. Tipped, and I think Beauville got a piece of that. Minor again. He gets boarded in. Big check on the boards there. Dunnville still has it though. Centering. Minor's got it. Goes to the backhand. Can't stuff it in. Back to the line. Good defensive coverage by Milverton. Off the end boards. It's going to come to the line. Rugrock keeps it in. He gets it stripped away though, and it's out in the neutral zone. Good pressure by Dunnville, but couldn't really get a solid shot across. 36 left in the power play. Dunnville will throw it ahead. Schmaltz. He'll cross his own blue line and bring it up the ice. In across the Milverton blue line, goes to the outside. Loses it. Good defensive play by Penner. Dunnville still controlling though on the power play. It's got 20 seconds left. Back to the line to Gibbs. Gibbs, deflected. Good save by Beauville. Rugrock on the deflection. Puts it into the crest of Milverton, and Milverton's Beauville, and he'll hold on. So 15 left in the power play, and face off here in the Milverton end. It'll be played back, it'll be picked off though, and it'll be thrown out into the neutral zone, and that'll most likely do it for the rest of this power play, unless Dunnville gets one last chance here. Big check on the boards. Dunnville strips, centering, scores! My goodness, that happened quickly. A centering pass, and Beauville was almost there for a save of the year candidate, but he can't get over, and it's a goal for the Aeros. And that makes it a 4-3 game. I don't believe it was a power play goal, but either way, Dunnville scores to make it 4-3 here. And I'm just trying to see who scored it. I don't have a number, so it's in the Milverton zone, and they're going to play it back to Schwarzentrooper. He'll throw it ahead to Vitelli. He had it stripped away, and it's brought back into the Milverton zone. Scores! Dunnville strikes again, twice here in a matter of seconds, and what was a 3-3 tie is now a 5-3 Dunnville lead. Holy jumping. That's what senior hockey can do, folks. It can turn on a dime. And that one there is Bevan Atchison, number 44, with the goal. That gives the Aeros a 5-3 advantage here in the second period. This is all the way down, and White's going to hold it. So Bevan Atchison gets the goal, the latest for the Aeros. And I didn't catch who had the fourth goal for the Aeros, but either way, one way or another, it's a 2-goal Aeros lead. As that puck was towards the net, it's intercepted though by Dunnville, and they're going to bring it ahead. Minor skates it in across the line, pressured there from behind by Wiki, and now Wiki's going to go after it. He tipped it in, he'll go in after it. White plays it away from him. It's up the boards, kept in. There's a shot that's deflected to the corner by Rugrock. Wiki centering, oh what a pass, and White makes a big save. Carson Wiki, a backhand no-look pass into the middle, and Schneider threw it right into the Aeros crest on the stomach of Brandon White, who makes the save. So quite a development here in the second period. A couple of quick ones from the Dunnville Aeros put them ahead 5-3 here with 8:36 to go. Oh, clock. I was going to say the clock at least run 5 seconds off of it. They don't adjust it. Okay, they're just going to wait. So they waited 5 seconds and then they started it. So, okay, we're good. This one's fired in by Milverton. They're going to touch up and go in after it. They hadn't touched up now, and gives Dunnville a little bit of time to regroup. They're going to bring it ahead. It's in across the line now. Centering pass doesn't have anybody there, and Milverton's got control of the puck, and they're going to bring it across center. Now it's deep into the Dunnville zone. White plays it to the corner to Gibbs. He plays it up. It's intercepted by Bujold. Bujold still has control of the puck, looking towards the middle. Here's a chance, and White is able to get control of that, as that one kind of fluttered into his glove, and he's able to find the rebound and hold it. So we have 7:55 to go here in the second period, and it's 5-3 for the Aeros. This one's cleared out, and it's all the way back into the Milverton zone. Brzezinski, he gets pressured. It's off the glass and out of the zone. He played off the boards. Milverton, Schwarzentrooper. Now it's into the middle, and here comes Milverton. Connor shoots. I think he was quick to pull the trigger on that, and he threw it well wide. Schwarzentrooper couldn't get it to a man, and it's going to be picked off, and now it comes the other way. Barnett played it ahead. They're in across the line, centering pass. Trailing on the play, shoots! Just wide. That was Aitchison, and he couldn't load up. He kind of fanned on it. Now it's sent back into the Milverton zone. Schwarzentrooper there. He's going to play it ahead. Good pass. And here comes Duerbecker. Shoots! Good save. That one hitting the stick of Brandon White. He got the knob of his stick on that one to keep it out. Centering pass. Here's a shot again by Duerbecker. It doesn't get to White. It's going to be played to the line. Now it's Schmaltz. He'll bring it out. He's got speed to the backhand. Goes to the middle. Saved by Beauville. Matt Schmaltz with tremendous speed there. Went to the forehand, and Beauville stuck with him the whole way. Now it's in across the line into the Dunnville Aeros end. We're down to 6:28 to go here in the second. Tipped in by Duar, and he's going to go in after it. Gibbs, he gets checked but plays it around. It's going to come to the line and out. Back into the Milverton end. This is Stemler. He plays it ahead to Duar. Now he throws it into the middle to Vitelli. Vitelli puts it ahead to Quip. Centering pass deflected away by White, and it's all the way down to Beauville. He leaves it there. This is Stemler again. Shoots. Get up the ice. He was looking for Wiki. Wiki's got it. He couldn't get control of it cleanly, though, and gave it away. Schmaltz. He'll turn the other way. Dunnville's got a little bit of a 3-on-2 here. Schmaltz tried to split the D. He gets knocked down, and Beauville's got it. And he'll hold on. What a chance there from number 89, Matt Schmaltz. He tried to split the defense and go in alone on Beauville, and he got sandwiched, and he'll hold on. (5-3) Dunnville here in the second. 5:31 to go. So we played to the line. Kept in, though, by Dunnville, and they're going to play it down. Taylor Barnett. Centering pass, nobody home. Milverton's able to get this puck out, and here they come the other way. It's Butler. He's in after it against Gibbs. Wiki comes in with the body check on Gibbs, who's slow to get up as he trails this play, but Dunnville brings it up the ice, and they're offside at the line. Gibbs looks to be okay. He was kind of sandwiched in there by a couple of drives players, and he looks to be all right. Faceoff's going to be outside the zone here on that offside. And Milverton will win this drawback. Brzezinski played it across. Now it's going to be thrown ahead, and we're going to get a no icing there as Gibbs has to come back and get it. He gets checked by Stanley. Into the middle. Milverton unable to get control, and now it's Barnett up the ice. And across the line, they're onside. Barnett, number 11, he gets sandwiched in by Brzezinski. As they battle for it, and the puck is well gone, so going to try and get them situated. And across the line is Bujold. He goes to the backhand. Shot! Good save by White, and he's going to hang on. Brzezinski and Taylor Barnett. It's kind of a funny get-together there because they're probably two of the shortest hockey players I've ever seen. Face-off coming up here in the Dunnville Aeros end to the right-hand side of Brandon White with 4:32 to go here in the second period. Back to the line to Stemler. He keeps it in. It'll be played to Duerbecker. He's going to backhand it down low. No shot by Milverton as Lacey goes to the boards after it. It's going to come up the boards, kept in by Stemler. Now we're going to get a penalty call here, and it's going to go to Milverton. That one's off the stick and out of play, and we're going to get a whistle here. And we're going to get a penalty. So I believe the call was for a cross check, maybe a rough. It was for the hit along the boards in the Dunnville Aeros end, and this faceoff's going to come all the way back into the Milverton end after that penalty call that puts the Aeros on the power play here. So Duerbecker to the box, Aeros to the power play, 4:10 to go, and they lead by 2. This one to the line, kept in by Dunnville. There's a shot, that's wide. It'll be played out by Milverton. Milverton gets a change in, and of course the long change here in the second period, so you got to take advantage of those. This is up the ice to Landon Miner. He's across the zone. Now it's Schmaltz. He picks up the puck. He'll take it to the outside, plays it to Miner. Schmaltz takes a big hit in behind the net. Now it's back to the line. This is shot, good save. That was Brendan Judson with the shot from the line, number 77. This is played out. White's going to take it there. He'll leave it for Gibbs or Judson. I thought it was 47, but it could be 77. These jerseys, sometimes they're hard to tell. It's brought up the ice and shot in, that by 26. Max Breeden. Here's a centering pass to Miner. He loses it. It's in the skates, and centering pass here to line. Oh, it's out. Gibbs couldn't keep it in that time. That's 47. This is going to be picked off by Stemler. He'll bring it up the ice. Loses it at the line, but it's a delayed offside. I'm surprised they didn't whistle that down. That was pretty much a delayed offside touch by Milverton. But they let it go on, and Barnett brings it up the ice across center. He's into the Milverton zone with it now. And he'll throw it back to the line. Here's a shot. That's wide. This is Gibbs. Gibbs off the end boards, looking to the center. Good pass. Barnett shoots. Just missing. He tried to go high glove. Looked to the sky. He couldn't believe he missed. And now it's out. This will be back into the Dunnville Aeros end. Number 44, Atchison. He grabs it and he'll bring it up the ice. This is Barnett. He'll cross the Milverton blue line and bring it in. Penalty over. We're back to 5-on-5. To the line to Gibbs. Gibbs shoots off a body. It goes to the corner. Barnett lost his stick. It was slashed out of his hand. Now it's Wiki up the ice. He crosses the Dunnville blue line. Goes wide. Tries to get to the net. Can't get the shot away. Good rush there by number 23, Carson Wiki, but he couldn't get the shot away. Brzezinski played it in. Wiki was late getting out of the zone. It was delayed offside. 1:37 to go here in the second. Big hit down low. Almost too many men for Dunnville, but it's an icing call against the Aeros. We get a whistle. 1:32 to go here in the second. 5-3 is the score. And we'll get a face-off in the Aero zone to the right-hand side of Brandon White. Game brought to you by A.W. Millwrights and M. Chapman Transport out of Listowel, Ontario. Brzezinski plays it across. It'll be played ahead to Duar. Now it's going to come to Duerbecker, but he lost his footing and he couldn't corral the pass. 1:16 to go here in the second. It's played ahead. Schmaltz couldn't get control of the puck, however, and it's Milverton that'll skate it ahead. At the boards, Duerbecker couldn't get it. Now it's Schmaltz. Schmaltz trying to get towards the front of the net. Couldn't get the shot away. Peels back. We're in the final minute of period 2. This is shot down low. Schmaltz had abandoned his corner there, and now it'll be played out to Riley Connors. Into the middle, he couldn't find a teammate. Dunnville's just going to throw it to the blue line. But here comes Connors again the other way. They're across center. They put it in deep. Duerbecker, he hit his man into the boards. Look out. Stemler had Schmaltz bearing in on him, but now it's sent in by Milverton. 25 seconds to go here in the second. It'll be played to the line. Schmaltz gets it out, but now it's going to be Stemler. He'll throw it back in. See if Milverton can't surge ahead with one more here, but it's Schmaltz who's going to get this puck out. And now maybe Dunnville has an opportunity. 5 seconds left, it's off the stick and out. Boy, what an opportunity that was for Dunnville with very precious time left on the clock, but off the stick and out. And it'll be whistled down. We'll get one final faceoff that will be here in the Milverton zone to the left-hand side of Beauville. 3.4 to go. Centering pass, that's off a body, and that'll do it. The horn will go, and that will put an end to period 2. After 40 minutes of play, Dunnville is ahead 5-3 as we enter the third period of play. We'll be back for that in a little while, everyone. Stick around. You're watching live OEHL hockey on YouTube at The Real Rodgy 21. I am Andrew Rodgers, your play-by-play commentator. Thank you very much for tuning in so far. We'll be back for period 3, I promise, after this. Sorry, everybody. It was just coming back up, and we're back and underway here. Milverton at the Perk. Dunnville continuing to lead by 2 as we play here in the third period. Want to thank everybody who's watching the stream live on YouTube. Make sure to give it a like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Continue to bring you games throughout the course of the season. We'll do my absolute best to give you the best possible stream given the circumstances. This one's all the way down the ice, and I believe it'll be an icing call against Dunnville. So, in our out-of-town scoreboard, I was mentioning this earlier, on game sheet, it mentioned, or it had showed that Elmville was leading the Minto 81 6-5. I did not know until the intermission, as the net is knocked off in behind Brandon White. I did not know until this intermission just passed that, Elmville had defeated the Minto 81 6-5 in overtime. So, Minto 81 suffering their first defeat, albeit in overtime, so they still gain a point, and they still don't have a loss, technically, on the, as that one's deflected by White out of play. Their record now goes to 3-0-1 Minto, while the Elmville Harvesters improved to 4-3 on the season. So a couple of big wins from the Harvesters after some tough times there for a couple games anyway, and they're back in the win column again. Well, after defeating Georgian Bay on Saturday by a score of 11-7. So, like I say, big win there for Elmville over the previously undefeated or perfect Minto 81s, who are now 3-0-1 on the season. This one's in front of White. Couldn't get a shot away, however, and Dunnville's going to get this puck out and all the way down. Another icing call, yes. So a couple of back-to-back icings here for the Aeros. I got to give them top credit, though. They've come out and they've skated on this big ice surface with very limited bodies on the bench, and they lead it here in the third period by a score of 5-3. Andrew Rodgers with you, play-by-play, live OEHL hockey on YouTube. Great to be with you. Centering pass here, that's stopped by White. Brzezinski keeps it in. Dunnville's going to grab this puck, though, and they'll play it to the line and out. Milverton gains control, however, and they're going to send it right back in the zone. Dunnville grabs it, they'll play it ahead. It's not touched, but referee gets in the way of that and prevents the icing call. So, bit of a break for Dunnville there as they're not charged the icing. But now it's back in the Aero zone. It'll be played across. This can be played off the boards and into the Milverton zone. Brzezinski back to get it. This will be played up to Stanley. He plays it into the middle to Bujold. He comes ahead, backhands it in. He'll go in after it. So he picked up by Dunnville, and they're going to skate it out of their end. Over to Matt Schmaltz. Schmaltz through center. Goes to the backhand. Centering pass, nobody home. Milverton able to pick that puck off, but Schmaltz pickpockets his man Stemler. He tried to get Rugrock, but he couldn't. Now it's going to be blasted from the line. It's deflected off of a Penner and just wide. Dunnville trying to put the pressure on still, but it's Milverton who's going to come up with the puck, and they're going to bring it ahead. They have a 3-on-2. In across the line they come. Here's Connors. Connors goes wide, in and around the net, centering pass, nobody home. It's still loose. Connors has it, shoots. Oh, what a save from White. That's a big save for the Aeros netminder on Riley Connors. Here's Duerbecker shoots. That's deflected just wide. Milverton putting on the pressure here. This is going to be played. Oh, big check on the boards there as Rugrock was filled in. Now it's Gibbs back to get it for Dunnville. This will be played across, and we're going to get a whistle as the net is off in behind Brandon White, who slid across to make an unbelievable save on Riley Connors to keep this at a 5-3 game. We are 16:26 to go in the third. Like I say, Aeros continuing the lead by a score of 5-3. Face-off here to the right-hand side of White. Off the face-off, tried to put it toward the front, but it hit a skate and was deflected away. Here's Butler. He plays it down to Carson Wickie. Wickie in behind the net, centering pass. White is going to gobble that up, and he'll hold for a face-off. This face-off is going to be to the left-hand side of White this time in the Dunnville zone. It'll be picked up by the Aeros, and they're going to play it across. As we played ahead to the center line, no further, but now it's played into the Milverton end. This will be played across. Good pass. Here comes Wickie. Centering. He gets it back. They score. Carson Wickie on the feed from Curtis Butler. And the Milverton four-wheel drive strike. They are within one, and it is 5-4. It can really materialize that quickly. But that's a big goal if the Milverton four-wheel drives are able to come back in this game. Curtis Butler throwing it across to Carson Wickie, who makes no mistake. And he scores again to give the drives their fourth goal of the game. Here comes Matt Schmaltz. Wickie with the goal, Butler with the assist. Also give an assist to Brendan Schneider, and it makes this game a 5-4 game. Sent in, delayed offside here for Milverton, giving the Aeros some time to bring this out of their own end. It's into the skates, however, and kind of a little bit of a gathering there at the blue line as it's sent in, and we get a whistle. That puck is out of play. I believe the faceoff is going to remain here in the Dunnville Aeros end. This faceoff to the left-hand side of White. It'll be dropped by former Minto 81's forward Wade Pfeffer. Great to see Wade, longtime friend of mine, and just a great all-around guy, and great to see him reffing. And it was nice to say hello to him. Schmaltz in off the skate of Brzezinski. Doesn't get toward the net. A little bit of a collision there between Brzezinski, Schmaltz, and Duerbecker as Stemler works over his man on the boards, and Milverton able to come up with the puck. Here they come, in across the line, picked off though by Dunnville, and they'll come the other way. This is Rugrock, number 13. He goes into the corner, he gets tripped down, back to the line, kept in. There's a shot deflected wide. Rugrock centering, scores! Dunnville answers right back. And it's Matt Rugrock centering it, and Mike Hicks, the beneficiary, number 86, he puts it home, and it's a 6-4 hockey game. So no chance there for Bradley Beauville, and the Aeros, despite the short-handed bench, lead the drives here 6-4 with 14:33 to go in the third. This one's across. Dunnville controls off the faceoff. That is tipped into the Milverton zone. This one's ahead. Bujold couldn't get control of the puck. Stanley lost it. Now here is the Aeros the other way. A little bit of a drag down there, and Dunnville's got to come back with it. This is Gibbs. Bryden Gibbs sends it across. As we played ahead. Here is Barnett. He's in across the line. Shoots. Glove saved by Beauville, and he's going to hang on. And more hands up questioning stuff as Barnett got in there and put a shot on Beauville, and he made the save. Been really impressed there by number 11, Taylor Barnett. He's looked really good in this hockey game. Smooth skater, a lot of speed. And he's been impressive for the Aeros. Like I say, they lead it 6-4 here in the third. There's a centering pass. Beauville came up, big rebound. I think Beauville might have gotten a skate on it. Big save for the Milverton netminder. And now the puck is out into the neutral zone. Rugrock, he dropped a glove, and Stemler delivered a hit. He delivered a couple of big hits against the Elora Rocks on Friday. This one's tipped in by Butler. He'll go after it in the Dunnville Aeros end. Aeros come up with the puck and they'll bring it ahead. Barnett had it go into his skates. He wasn't aware of it. Wiki, here's a shot, saved by White, and he's going to hang on. That one off of Schneider, number 22. So good chance there for Milverton as they try and get back to within one, but it's denied by Brandon White of Dunnville. Jeremy Curry, who's played the bulk of the games for Dunnville so far this season, got the win last night in Tillsonburg, and he is 3-2 on the season. So for Brandon White, his third start, he is 0-2, looking for his first win. Here's a shot. That's stopped nicely by White. He deflects it out, and it's going to be played away. Here comes Dunnville. They can't get that odd man rush materialized, and now it's Dunnville with the puck in their own end. It'll be played to Hicks. He'll play it into the middle. Now it's going to be Barnett. He'll skate it into the Milverton zone. He'll play it in deep, and Hicks is going to go after it. It's off the boards and out. Dunnville carries in their own end. It's up the boards, and that takes a deflection into the Aeros bench, and it'll be out of play. We're down to 12:31 to go here in the third. Dunnville continues to lead 6-4. This will be my last game, obviously, before Remembrance Day, which is this upcoming Tuesday. Happy Remembrance Day to everybody. And obviously, thinking of those who we've lost or those who have served, and obviously, you know, much thanks and appreciation for those who served our country. Remembrance Day on Tuesday. This puck is into the Milverton zone. It'll be played by the Drives up and into the middle, and now they're going to come away with it. Penner kind of lost it, and now they're offside at the line. So Penner, trying to lead that rush there, got tripped up just before the blue line and kind of put the play offside and messed that entry up for the Drives. So we'll get a whistle and a face-off just outside the Dunnville blue line. Andrew Rodgers with you. Great to have you alongside for OEHL Hockey South Division matchup between the Aeros and the Drives. Schmaltz leaves it there. Rugrock across and comes into the zone. Can't get the shot away. It's still loose. Schmaltz trying to get a shot, but he's got it now in behind the net. Tried to center, couldn't. Bujold has it. He'll turn and bring it towards the blue line. This is Luong. He'll throw it in on White. It'll be padded to the corner. Bujold tried to center. White played it away. Now it's off the glass, and it's kept in at the line. In behind the net, they fight for it. Gibbs, he plays it away from Bujold. Dunnville has it. They'll bring it out of the zone. Schmaltz again. He'll leave it. It was behind Rugrock, and he couldn't get away, and now Milverton the other way. Bujold, he'll center or come across the line. There's a shot on White. He makes the pad save. Schwarzentroober, he makes the move at the line. He'll play it in deep. Luong goes after it, can't get there. Kept into the line. Here's a shot, that's blocked. Dunnville trying to get away, and they get it out. Schwarzentroober now has it. He's going to go for a skate. He'll bring it in across the zone, go wide. Looking for a man to center it to. Nobody home. Butler's there in support. They get it loose. This is Wiki and Butler. Butler goes down. No call. Carson Wiki calling for the trip on that, but no call. Now there's a shot. That goes wide. Brzezinski keeps it in. Wiki shoots off a pad. This one to the corner. Will be played by Dunnville. They have control deep in their own end. Butler keeps it in. Wiki plays it back. Brzezinski. He'll shoot just wide. Looking for a deflection. Didn't materialize. It's played around in behind the net to Butler. Butler comes loose with it. He'll center it to Brzezinski. No shot yet. Now it's tipped. Oh! Schneider had a chance, but it hopped over his stick at the last moment. They fight for it in the corner. It's going to come out of the zone. Good pressure there by Milverton, but they couldn't get a shot on net. Now it's going to be played by the Drives. We're halfway through period 3. Dunnville continuing to lead by 2. Schneider tips it. This is going to be Vitelli. He gets bodied by Gibson behind the net. It'll be played to the line, no further. Milverton keeps the puck in. It's still loose. Milverton trying to get a shot but can't. Miner plays it out. Schmaltz, he can't get any further as Quips got in front of him and took a high stick for his troubles. Penner, he'll turn, fire it across center and into the zone. Dunnville back to get it. Gibbs, he gets pressured there by Dewar. Now it's Quip. He turns, fires it towards the middle. Was intercepted though by White as he tipped it away. Milverton controlling in the zone. It's Rugrock now for Dunnville. They fight for it in the corner. Milverton putting the pressure on and they come out with it. Here's a centering pass. Now it's back to the line. There's a shot pad saved by White and a beauty. Penner keeps it in. Big check in behind the boards. That on Dewar and it's going to come to the line and now it's out. Here's Schmaltz. He brings it ahead. He keeps it and gets hauled down, and now there's a penalty call, and it's going to go to Riley Connors. And nobody on the ice is happy about it. So Matt Schmaltz going wide. He gets dragged down, and I don't know who the penalty is against. I believe it's Connors that's going to go off here. And that'll put the Dunnville Aeros on the power play here, leading 6-4, and with 8:14 to play here in period 3. Face off here to the right-hand side of Beauville. Brzezinski plays it up the boards. It's going to come to the line. Not out. Dunnville keeps it in. Here's a chance for the Aeros centering pass. No shot. Beauville didn't need to make a save there, but it's the Aeros still controlling. Here's Barnett. Taylor Barnett, number 11, patrols the line. Gets it down low. Centering pass. They score! A harmless-looking centering pass is tipped in, and Dunnville connects on the power play to extend their lead. It's a 7-4 lead. So the power play is successful for Dunnville, and they extend their lead. It's 7-4. This one's going to be played out into the bench area of Dunnville, and we'll get a whistle. Brandon Thomas with the goal there on the power play for Dunnville. That extends their lead, and a big body check there by Stemler. And the referee calls it right away, and we're going to get another penalty here to Milverton. So it's gone from bad to worse here for Milverton at home on home ice. Nobody's happy. Referee called it immediately. Stemler to the box. And face-off's going to come all the way back in the Milverton end. And Stemler goes to the dressing room, so his night's done. Not exactly sure what the penalties are here, but they're showing 2 2-minute infractions up on the board. Like I say, bad to worse here for Milverton on home ice against a shorthanded Dunnville Aeros squad that leads here in the third, 7-4. Andrew Rodgers on the play-by-play with you. We are live OEHL hockey on YouTube. Great to be with you. This Milverton four-wheel drives game brought to you by AW Millwrights and M. Chapman Transport out of Listowel, Ontario, Canada. Here at the Perk, Milverton, Ontario, Canada. Perth East Recreation Complex. There'll be a face-off here in the Milverton zone to the left-hand side of Beauville. It's a 5-on-3 power play for Dunnville. They win this face-off and control to the outside. No shot yet. Centering, post, scores, Rugrock.
Four-wheel drive penalty, number 21, Connor Norbecker. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of penalty, 12-19.
So Matt Rugrock on the pass across. His first one off the post. The second one he buries in behind Beauville, and that makes it 8-4. So one of the penalties should come off the board here. There it is, and it's still a power play, just 5-on-4 now for Dunnville. Matt Rugrock, the latest goal scorer for Dunnville, that gives them a 4-goal advantage here in the third. This is to Schmaltz. Schmaltz plays it across. Landon Miner. He takes a check from Riley Connors. Stemler's going to play this ahead, or Penner, excuse me, and Brandon White will leave it there for Bryden Gibbs. Gibbs, the stellar defenseman for the Dunnville Aeros so far this season. Here's Schmaltz, and across the line. Here's a shot. Beauville makes the save. Referee has called another misconduct penalty here, and just an all-around struggle for the Milverton four-wheel drives here this afternoon. They haven't been happy really from the get-go, and it showed in the frustration that is the product on the ice. And you can make the argument on either side, but it's hurt them, as it's been a stellar hockey game despite that. But Dunnville continues to lead 8-4. Misconduct penalty called on Duerbecker, who has been sent to the dressing room. So Dunnville still on the power play here, leading 8-4. This one's across. Dunnville continuing to pressure to the outside. There's a shot. Beauville's got it in the glove, and he'll hang on. 6:28 to go here in period 3. 8-4. Dunnville leads. Power play still intact for Dunnville. Brandon White, also really, really good performance from him in the Dunnville net, and kept them in the game to allow them to get to this point. This one's played out, and it'll be sent all the way down the ice by the drives. Brzezinski's going to grab it. He'll just shoot it back in on White, who comes back into the net. Maybe rushed out here by Dunnville as they bring it up the ice on this power play. It has 18 seconds left. This is back to the line. Rugrock throws it across. Now it's Rugrock again, over to Barnett. Quip takes the puck away, trying to get it out, and they do. Now it's all the way down the ice as Quip and Barnett come together. They continue to talk up the ice as Quip goes off. Puck is deep in the Dunnville Aeros zone. Penalty is expired. We're back to 5-on-5. More bodies collide down here below me, and slow to get up is number 47 at Dunnville. That's Bryden Gibbs. They're in across the line here. Schmaltz shoots. Oh, he just went wide on the glove hand side. Tried to go low glove. Just missed. He has played a ton here today. Most of these Aeros probably have logged close to 30 minutes. Wouldn't be a surprise. Of course, they don't keep ice time in this OEHL. Here's a shot. Good save by White. Now it's Schwarzentroober. Center scores! Beautiful pass across by Reed Schwarzentroober. He finds Reese Stanley, and he scores his first goal in the OEHL for Reese Stanley. And that brings our score to 8-5 for Dunnville. Brandon White, no chance. Backdoor pass from Reed Schwarzentroober. Right on the tape, and Stanley makes no mistake. And that's his first. And that makes our score 8-5. You know, you expect in a game like this that it would just get kind of silly. Chance for Connors, you send it wide. You would expect it to get kind of silly in an 8-5 game, but it hasn't really. It's been pretty calm for the most part. Here's Connors. He's got it on the backhand. Tries to look for a man, can't center. It's intercepted by Dunnville to get it out. Back in the Milverton zone here. We have 4:15 to go. It's 8-5 for Dunnville. It'll be played ahead. Milverton can't get control of the puck, however, and it'll be played by the Drives at their own blue line. Now they're going to bring it across to Quip. Quip up the ice. He's going to cross the blue line and take it wide. Tried to center, nobody home. Wiki wasn't there in time. Kept in by the Drives. Wiki's got it again, centers. He was looking for Butler. It came to Quip. Shoots, that's off nobody and into the corner. Schneider trying to keep it in. There's a shot. That's deflected in on White, and he makes the save. He'll hang on. So good pressure here from Milverton, as it's hard to say what if it is too little too late at this point, but you know, still 3:41 to go, and I've seen crazier things in hockey, especially senior hockey. You never know, but you play until that final horn, so got to give them full marks for that. They're not giving up. Schneider in the corner. Tries to peel away, played it away, but it was intercepted by Dunnville. They get this puck out, and they'll go after it. Minor's going to go into the zone after it against Penner. Penner gets there. He tries to get away from Minor and does. Now it's Brzezinski. He plays it ahead. Schneider tips it in. They'll go in after it. Butler gets there. Centering pass as Wiki went down. Now it's Schmaltz. He'll play it ahead nicely. And across the line they come. No shot there from Rugrock, and it's intercepted by Milverton. To the line, kept in. Big hit there, and now it's going to be Penner who's going to go off. Another big check on the boards, and another penalty call for the referee. They're going to send another one of the Milverton four-wheel drives off, I believe. It's really loud on the ice, so. And that one there is to Penner, number 8. Or sorry, Mitch Penner. Yeah, number 8. And he goes off, and that's going to be the end of his night. So 2:45 to go. Dunnville on the power play. They lead it 8-5. Andrew Rodgers on the play-by-play. Great to be alongside you here at the Perk in Milverton for this afternoon's South Division contest between the Dunnville Aeros and Milverton four-wheel drives. That one from the line, stopped by Beauville. No goal. They wave it off. And we'll get a face-off in the Milverton zone here. So Dunnville with the win will improve to 4-4 on the season, while the Milverton four-wheel drives will fall to 1-5-1 on the year. The next time you'll hear me for a hockey game will be on Saturday, November the 15th. I'll be in Thornbury to do Georgian Bay Apple Kings and Saugeen Shores Winterhawks. So that'll be the next time you hear me on the play-by-play. Live on YouTube, OEHL Hockey, North Division action this time. And then on the Sunday, I'll be in Shelburne for Shelburne versus, I believe, that shot is stopped. And this one's played out. I want to say it's Elmvale, but I'm not 1,000% sure of who Shelburne is facing in that Sunday game. Maybe Creemore? But it's a Sunday afternoon game on November the 16th, as that one's shot in on Brandon White, who's going to play it away. 1:43 to go in the third period. This one's played to the Milverton blue line, but now it's going to be Dunnville in their own end with it. This will be played up the boards. Minor's going to throw it in. Schmaltz will let it go, and Milverton's just going to throw it right back to center. It'll be played back into the Dunnville zone. We have 1:23 to go. Rugrock plays it back. It'll be played into the middle. That'll be tipped into the netting and behind Beauville and out of play. Faceoff's going to come all the way back I believe by the Dunnville blue line. Yeah, I'll have to double check that Sunday game. Face off there controlled by Dunnville, and it's Schmaltz who'll play it back. Off the glass and into the center zone. Now to be played over to Schmaltz. Schmaltz, nice backhand pass to Landon Miner. Center scores. It's a power play goal for Dunnville, another one, and that extends their lead. It's 9-5 for Dunnville. And we have 57.6 to go here in period 3. This one's in on Beauville, and he's going to deflect it aside, and Milverton's going to gain control and throw it into the neutral zone. Rugrock gathers it there, and he's just going to, well, forwarded from behind. Now it's Bujold who'll throw it ahead. In to get it. Dunnville Aeros controlling in their own end to the line and out. Now to be played back. This is Schwarzenberger. He's got the puck now in his own end with 20 seconds to go here in the third. That's to the line. It's going to be played there by Schmaltz, and he's going to just throw it in, and that'll kill off the remaining bit of this game. Just want to double check here, guys, what game is next for that Shelburne Muskies here, as this puck is toward the Dunnville bench, and that will do it. Time will expire. The Dunnville Aeros victorious on the road, shorthanded bench and all. They defeat the Milverton four-wheel drives by a score of 9-5 here at the Perk in Milverton. So that next game, like I said, is Elmville Harvesters. So Sunday, November 16th, 1:30 in Shelburne. Elmville in Shelburne Muskies. So yeah, first in Thornbury on the 15th for me, and then it'll be in Shelburne on the 16th for a 1:30 game. Shelburne Muskies, Elmville Harvesters. All right. Well, that'll put a bookmark in the weekend for me. 3 games in 3 days. It's been a whirlwind, but it's been so much fun, and it's been a pleasure to bring you OEHL Hockey live on YouTube. This was a lot of fun, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you very much for watching. That'll do it from the Perk in Milverton for today's OEHL South Division game between the Milverton four-wheel drives and Dunnville Aeros. Aeros win 9-5. That's it for me, Andrew Rodgers, signing off from Milverton. Take care, everyone.